Hello. Hello. Everyone. Alright. So a short description and a disclaimer. And when that aircraft is gonna pass because I can't hear myself. By the way, let's go inside. Let's go inside. And we were supposed to be actually here. Anyways. So a short disclaimer. Today I will show in-depth duty day for the 737 Southwest operations. All operations will be conducted as per SOP of Southwest. So the quick disclaimer is in that for those for these viewers who would like to right away, oh, faster, let's go, take off. Yeah, you spend 1 hour on the ground before the flight and I fell asleep. If you are one of those, it's probably a video not for you, because this video is going to be as per real world, and in real world it does not happen like you don't get in the plane and start flying right away. You have your duties, you have your standard operating procedures, etc. So in this video we'll do all of the standard operating procedures as per Southwest again, and as well as it will take a little bit longer because some of the stuff I will explain. So because for me, let's say if it's 35 minutes prior and the first flight of the day even, right, I can manage to do 35 minutes right before the start of the flight, and the cockpit preparation is really quick. Most of it is just procedures for the briefings and the you know, bureaucratic stuff, but it's not fast. It's not let's say it's not hard, or it doesn't take a long time to prepare the 737, even from cold and dark. But again, I will explain a lot of stuff, so you know. All right, so we got into them. Actually, out here, what we want to see is APU area clear. We want to see the chocks. Chocks are in place, and all areas such as by the flight controls, etc., are clear. No, our pneumatics are in good conditions, no punctures, no nothing, and we don't have any hydraulic leaks or oil leaks or anything like that. All right, now let's get in. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, cold and dark cockpit. This is the first flight of the day. We are starting in Fort Lauderdale Executive International, and today I will be a captain, so I'll be flying on the left side, but I will perform the duties of both captain and first officer, since we don't have any way of simulating first officer here properly. Okay. Oh Jesus. AvGeek adds, your ass is still so much on fire that you come here every time to tell me that. Jesus Christ, dude, you must have really bad life, that that you have nothing better to do instead of coming in and trying to like trigger me in here. So yeah, see ya. I'm not even gonna ban you. I even wanna see what you're gonna say, because you have fucking no lifer. All right, so don't pay attention to these stupid fuckers who thinks shame on you, shame on you. Fucking stupid. Okay, come here. Yeah, come here every day. Matter of fact, come here every day and write on my channel. Keep commenting. That creates me traffic and more attention. So please do. I'm not even gonna ban you. All right. So we are inside of the aircraft, and we're gonna power it up. The GPU power is already available, and we're gonna come from down to up, from pedestal up. And so we're gonna make it sure that that the radar is off, like the fuel cutoff switches are off. The flaps are in correct position and showing correct position, so 0, spoilers, the speed brakes is retracted, the gear lever is down, and the wipers are off. All the hydraulics are off, and that the alternate flaps is guarded and it's in off positions. Basically all these are guarded. So now we are ready to power on for the battery. I'm gonna head switch on the battery. Oh, we got some lights here. No last time, that's good. Well, that's what's supposed to be. So yeah, these supposed to light up. Now before we're gonna throw it on the ground power, I will do a quick fire test. So test the faults. And these. All right, so that's just for once, and then we're gonna throw it to the GPU again. So and throw it on GPU. Right off, I'm gonna turn on the cabin utility and IFE pass. So out here, okay, I'm gonna arm the emergency exit lights, and I'm gonna do the logo, steady, and wheel well lights. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do all of them because our first officer will go and check. This first flight of the day, gonna check all the lights. So I'm gonna turn on all of the lights sooner or later. But for now, it's good. Make sure that the cabin utility light switch is on, otherwise your logo lights won't be on. And if you need, just until with that, you can just adjust your light settings after your power is on. That's what I do. That's what I do. All right. Now, the first off is the preliminary cockpit preparation. So what you want to do first is test all the all overheats and fires. So test again the out here the fault line up. Do the fire test and bell cutout. Check the bell cutout. Make sure these stay lit. Do another one. And extinguish via fire warning bell cutout here. Alright. Test the squibs. You can test the cargo fire. Make sure the fire warning here. Alright. Then go to this panel out here and test the overheat. Do the overheat test. So do the wing body overheat out here, and you can see the master caution light is on. After each, you gotta just press it off. So make sure this is all extinguished, and then when you go to press, you see the wing body overheat here and the master caution here. All right, and something that I want to do quickly as possible, as quick as possible, is test all the lights. First of all, just to make sure that all of them are working, so we know when we test the systems that so that's the case, right? Make sure just go through all the lights, the Christmas tree, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and test these lights separately, 1 and 2, and the same on the right side, 1 and 2. All right, so then we want to check the oil quantity, something right off the oil quantity, so we know if we need to add any, or we need to call the maintenance ground people. Okay, so oil quantity 9097, that'll do for this flight, and the hydraulic is 9292, as well as we check the oxygen levels. So the oxygen levels here is sufficient for this flight. Crew oxygen right here. From now we can start aligning. So align nav. Also what I do is I leave this one on position. Actually adding status sometimes. That will it'll tell how many minutes left, so you see it lit up with this. All right, now afterwards we check the chimes. Okay, if it's cold outside, you can do the window heat right away, but at some point you gotta switch on the window heat so the window will preheat, so it won't have a thermal shock. Okay, now something I want to get off right away is to check the masks, the oxygen mask. So that one goes to mask, and you gotta press this one, but you see you gotta hold it, and then check this and make sure that your level does not drop here. Also, oh, that one should be in speaker as well. All right. Okay. So now what we want to do is I'm gonna send the first officer for the walk around, and since it's the first flight of the day and we haven't checked these things a long time, we also gonna turn on all of the lights for him. So he's gonna have all of the lights, he's gonna check all the lights, and I'm gonna have to pressurize the hydraulics, all of them. I'm gonna make sure that nobody is present by the flight controls at that moment. Okay, so when you pressurize, make sure that the pressure is good as well. So now the first officer went to check the to do a walk around. Also, we can do one of the recirculation fans. We can do both, but we can do one, and trim air, of course. Meanwhile, while he does that, I'm gonna also stand up, make sure all the documents are present on board, the emergency equipment is on board, make sure this is closed, and so even kind of just gotta bump it with your foot, and to make sure it's fully closed. The circuit breakers, extinguishers, you know, all the good stuff. The escape ropes, and all the standards, the PBE, all standard equipment. Okay, now now this is going to be a little bit different from the original aircraft that they have in Southwest nowadays. As far as CDU, we can't log on to CPDLC here as in reality, but we can do something similar. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna do the GPS left. Also, I'm on Alpha 1. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oops, hold on. I gotta KFLL here. Alpha 1. Yeah, so first one, the reference airport, then the gate. So you gotta just compare these and make sure that you got the actual GPS is close to the one that that isn't by the gate. If you want to be like really an astronaut, you can go to a chart and see your gate position, like parking gates positions over there. But I don't think that's necessary. Okay, so we're gonna log on to the SimBrief. Yeah, by the way, if you guys didn't know, that nowadays you have ability to get SimBrief from like a dispatch right in the sim, which is pretty cool. We're gonna try that today as well. Okay, 1 second. I still kind of got used to the regular SimBrief, but you know, I'm gonna still try it. From here, SimBrief dispatch by Navigraph. I guess that's, I don't see any reason to have it here, except maybe for the streaming purposes. So, or maybe VR. For some reason it does not load. Okay. Send brief by Navigraph, and it does not load. Okay, there it is. Oh, because you gotta sign in as well. Okay. Browse to Navigraph code and enter this. Navigraph code. What is that new resume browsing shit in Chrome? I mean, it always gets me. It's like some code or something. I'll show later. Okay, so it's HC 4K JJFW. I approve. Alright, the account is linked. As the recent flight, the new flight. Oh, okay, pretty cool. So it's basically the same thing I can see, right? Except that out here I believe the weather is missing, but we'll check. All right, so let's see who are what recent Southwest flights are in there. I'll go to flight aware, and oh, I want you guys to see something real fast. This is why I looked today in the morning. I was like, hell yeah, I'm flying for Southwest today. Well, look at that. We got low AFR here, which might change later, but we got all this wave coming. So for sure we'll be flying out there and testing our new radar. But so far we are here, so we need to move closer to there. I believe Atlanta will do. Let's see what's out there. Scheduled departure. Austin, Orlando. So we want to get closer here, so we can fly in between here. I wanna just get a few flights in between these storms. So yeah, Atlanta I think shall do. Also, the fast way to find it is this, like that, flight finder, but then it always changes. Oh, okay, good. So now they only Southwest scheduled in 7 hours, so I guess we have to take another one, because I want the one that is in reality. Orlando. 7 minutes. Nope. Next. Baltimore, Washington. Nashville. In general, I want the flights to be like 1 hour flights, so at the most 1.5. Screw it, let's go to Atlanta. Because sometimes I take a flight from here and I can hear my own my avatar. Columbus, Pittsburgh. Wow. That's too much. Previous Nashville, 3 hours. Kansas City, 2 hours. Big. Baltimore, Washington, 1 hour 35 minutes. That's the closest one. It's like 2.5 hours though. Austin, 2:40 and 15 minutes. Okay, I guess that if this is the story, then the shortest one would be to Baltimore, and it's 3-hour flight. So okay, I'll take Atlanta. Also, just so we have better, so it'll be more fun. Live ATC, FLL. Hey, FLL. No FLL? What? No, this is bullshit. Something is wrong out here, because this is it's usually covered. Something is wrong today. Maybe because of the presidential elections. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get like that's fine for now. We'll check if the weather is covered here. Alright, so Southwest. Flight number. So I'll take this one. Three 829. Depart. FLL. Alright, Atlanta. I will have to choose the alternate because of the weather. But guys, yeah. See, I'm not gonna use. I can show you, and you guys can use this version, but I'm not gonna use this because I cannot see the weather here. See? And for me, it's important when I do the flight planning. It's really important for me. So the weather, you see, is disabled. I mean, out here, I might use some of it. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna. All right, so my first officer is back from the walk around. Steady, logo, wheel well, and wheel well can come out too because he's already checked that. And I'm gonna just leave the Bravo on, Alpha is off. Okay, so So that's the preliminary cockpit preparation right there. Okay. And we're gonna get make sure that I get all of the checklists. Also, one of the things you need to check is your logbook. So out here, the logbook you can check with this, and I already said how I'm using it. They go by failures, all systems. My system, like I have random failures. Yes, 1 per 10 hours. That's more fun to fly. And service-based failures. So in maintenance, you see I have 73 hours till next service. Okay. So right now everything is good. And each of those items have their accurate service hours too. You just need to check all systems in the next one is 73 hours. So, and then I save every flight. After every flight I save this the startup state and the state. So it accumulates the proper failures or something. Oh, by the way, that's supposed to be in television. Jet 737. Yeah, that's proper now. Okay. And as well as connected in the Brunner. Okay, so for the live display, I'm gonna show it out here what I do. So I first check the weather, just in generally, before the flight to see if any delays would need to be done. So just check the local weather. It's windy, but the wind is straight on the runway, so it's 090. And the Atlanta is in IFR, 2 miles, but it's gonna get better. This is not gonna be here, so it's not gonna stop us, you know. Oh well. So just the radar and basically basic SIGMETs and AirMets. So in that case, I can see that I can have an alternate of Charlotte. No, Charlotte is kind of the same thing. Tampa, maybe. Let's see. Tallahassee could do KTLH. So Southwest. 3829. FLO. Atlanta. 73. So KTLH. Make sure sometimes SimBrief doesn't take the accurate routing, so you gotta check with the with what's best. So here the Frisbee, Stymie, Sharks, Larry, Lars, Sith. Yeah. Departure runway 10 left, that's correct. Get down, schedule, and 16:25. It's 56 now, and 40 minutes will do. Let's do 35. Bounce. I'm gonna do auto for the passengers and auto. And now we're gonna start boarding actually, so we don't waste any time. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna look at is our passengers and cargo. 123, 113. Actually, I'm gonna write it out on a piece of paper. This we usually do if I can find it. I wish I could just write here or here. 123, 13, and the fuel is 17.5. Alright, so the aircraft was pre-fueled before already, so the only thing we're gonna start is the 123. Matter of fact, make sure that this is empty. Alright, so I'm gonna start the boarding, and as well as I'm gonna request the aft loader. So I'm gonna load into the aft. So when it's not allowed, always start with the aft. And that's 1-3. Not always start with aft. Actually, it depends. But make sure that the loading, the cargo loads after, if you have like a tail stand. Because sometimes it depends. So it depends on manufacturers. So I'm not gonna say anything. So just don't mind it. Okay, so we have already, so we can pull up, go to FMC. Well, usually it's from CPDLC, but that's fine. Origin FLL, and then we can do a flight plan request. Oh, first thing out here, I remember. That's only how it appears. Alright, so now go here, and this fuel is set. I'm not gonna set payload. Payload I'm gonna set through here because it's more accurate. Select route. So while that is loading, I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do the originating checklist here. Alright, the logbook. Aboard, landing gear pins 3 aboard, fire warning overheat checked, start levers cut off, stab trim cut out switches in normal, and light test is checked. Before start originating checklist is complete. Okay. Also, I have a surprise later on. As I've changed the flight model CFG of this plane, I edit again, and I took the drag coefficient of that is from actual Boeing 737-800, and I spread it into adjust it a little bit and spread it into the CFG. So now it is so accurate, you won't believe it. Like, remember that problem that I said used to have when you rotate, the flight director goes up through the roof up to the whiskers, it goes to like 22, etc. Now it doesn't do that, so it flies more like Zebo, like real. Alright, so so first from CDU we need to load the flight plan. For that, you come here, check the flight plan here, freeze B2 10 left stymie, 10 left, freeze B2 stymie, Larry Lars, arrival, 8 left, shift 2 Lars, Larry transition. Make sure that this is all looking good here. So just go step through it. In reality, you have to cross-check every fix together with the right CDU and the navlog, sort of from here. So you go, make sure, like for example elbow, and then you check through here like elbow, okay. Now go to the perfinite, the zero fuel weight be 17.9. I drop 1 in the front because it's always the 17.9. So if I say 17.9, that means 117.9. In pounds, of course. Now this fine res plus, actually fine res plus alternate 7.7. So let me do something real fast. While I'm here, I don't really like to have traffic because I can't see it anyway, and why would I need it? So I'd rather have more FPS. Cost index 7 and cruise level 380. TC wind, top of cruise wind out here, TOC, and check this wind 17724. and TCOAT, so minus 52 is the key. Also, you can check the top of cruise. Top of cruise tropo. Just to make sure, if it's close to your cruise level, that means you will have a lot of bumps. And close, by close I mean the same or like 500 or 1000 feet. Okay, so that's filled. 17.6 cruise check. Make sure that the next, after you fill, make sure that the route, all these automated altitudes are posted there. Next, take off from the plan so you can have the route data and request the winds. It's already boarded? No. Is impossible. No, in our case it's gonna be still loading. It's gonna be still loading. Okay. Also, I'd like to have some onion rings. Those places. All right. So while it's loading, also yeah. So it's pretty hot outside. Usually the air comes from the jet bridge out here, but they said it's broken. So I'm gonna actually start APU to get some more air. Okay, so I'm gonna do it forward, and if it's gonna be, since it's gonna run for a little longer than usual, I'm gonna do the crossfeed, of course. Actually, matter of fact, yes. Start APU here. Alright, while it's starting, the flight level we had is 380. And land altitude will be 1000 in Atlanta. 1100 or something. And now we can also preheat the windows. And it's good time to get clearance. Release that. Alright, so for the clearance, departure, arrival, so what the fuck? I still have that bug of resetting. I'm gonna do the briefing later, but we are located here, so expecting 10 left. We need the ATIS 135.0. And we need clearance 128.4. Okay. So yeah, so we are expecting this route. I'm gonna do the briefing later. I'm just gonna do this, and this is a frisbee to RNAV, pin it, and out here departure 12605, just in case. 12605. To 8 906 906 information hotel, so H space get that sound, because I made environment less because outside it was like crazy wind. All right, hotel, and let's get the clearance. So ours is Southwest 3829. Three 829. Unfortunately, we can't have 3, but that was the times when 3 was at the most, but now it's 4. You can tell it's a mini aircraft. Many more. Alright, so those supposed to be zeros in order to punch a new, so okay. And that's frisbee's time at transition, okay? Make sure you get all these so you can change if needed. Lauderdale clearance, Southwest 3829 with hotel ready. Copy I-4 to Atlanta.
Southwest 3829, Fort Lauderdale clearance. Information hotel correct. Clear to Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta I. Frisbee to departure. Timey transition. Bennett filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 128.6. Squawk 0720. Clear to Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta I.
Oh well, I wanted to read back, but that fucking ass stupid motherfucker was auto respawn.
Squawk 0720. Southwest 3829. Southwest 3829. Read back correct. Contact ground 121.4 when ready for pushback or engine start.
128.6. Oh well. Well, I mean, realistically, and the other, the pilot non-flying would do the ATC, so you might as well do it. 128.6. So that's the depotch. It's gonna be here, and ground.
3829. Read back correct. Contact ground 121.4 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground point 4, Southwest 3829. See. Now we can say ground point 4. I'm not sure. The Beyond ATC probably won't get it since it's a computer. 128.6, that's the deep patch. 1286, clear that. Just press clear for a long time. It's gonna clear it up. Alright, so climb via the seed. So that means 10 left and then stop out 4000. So that means it's 4000 here. Both FDs coming on. And this is runway heading here. Just roughly, you know, you don't need to roughly for now. But if you want exact, go here, climb and heading 096 and just put 096 out here. 096 to intercept core 075 to elbow, then track 026 to cross room at above 4000 and track 3470 to YOLO to 900 to Elric and Alonso. Make sure all these are in. And they show up. So we got cleared by Sid. Climb with a Sid. Accelerate to 50 if enabled by Sid side. Alright. James loves planes. Hello, how are you? Good, my friend. Hanging in here and doing the Southwest work today. Alright, so we got the clearance. Perfect. So now it's time. So the originating was complete, the boarding and everything was done for the passengers to board. 1 second, I'll get us some drink. So yeah, we checked the that aircraft was it was good to go for the dispatch. We did things that are important right away, because if, for example, if we were missed oil, we would still have time for mains to come by and fill it up. And he did the walk around right off. So now the only thing we are getting closer to just briefing, and that's it. So but before the briefing, guys, we need to also get the performance out the way, because we already have the final weights. And let's check the performance via the dispatch. Yes. The weather in Noltons. We're gonna check the Noltons. No times. Has a little bit of weather here. I guess so. That's one way of doing it here. 380 height. Boeing 737-800. You see, all of this stuff does not auto take from our plan, so I'm just gonna go with view flight plan and go for the takeoff perf. All right, that's better because it's gonna be inserted right away. And I'm gonna cross-check the performance with our, yeah, I'll do this a little bit. Just make sure that cross-check the takeoff weight here, 134.9. That's 134.9. That's good. One zero left. Flap settings optimum, auto. Condition is not dry, it's wet, because it was just, see, it does not auto do it wet, but we just saw it was a little bit raining. Enabled, calculate. Alright, so that's what we have. So go to N1. We got DTO2, cell temp 49, and then it's gonna auto select climb 2, takeoff 5, in CGs well within limits 5.5, 146, 149, and 155. Bleeds are on. 34.9. Great. Enable next altitude. That most likely is this. If it writes something like this, I'm gonna hide this for now. Like I said, when it writes something like this, it has most likely has to do with that. So if I'm gonna put like delete here and don't execute it, it's gonna show what it's you see, it's only shows 3.6 here, so but we need 4 and above. This is why it's unable. So in order to fix that, go to the climb page. We're gonna do a speed restriction here in 240 instead 250 first. That will save some of it, because now it's gonna get that climbing performance into 240, so will your angle will be more, so you would be higher at the same as per the same distance. So you see now it's missing, so it's good. We see we just changed that and it just deleted itself, so no more, doesn't say anymore that it's unable, see, because it's above now. So that's one of the way to fix it. The other way, if it does not fix it still, go to climb to N1 limit and change the climb mode to any of those, climb 1 or climb. That is also a good way. Okay, but I was thinking I would have to do it, but I didn't, since it all worked out pretty well. All right, so our both FDs are on, and master on the left. So I'm gonna arm the LNAV and VNAV in white right here, and 4000. So now our MCP is ready, and now it's good time to do the before start flow. All right, So before start flow starts from the aft out here, boom, flight recorder on, test, Mac Air speed warning, stall warning. Gonna dim that. Actually, might as well. All right, yaw damper. We should say fill diff and low pressure on the left. All normal. Put all the pumps on. Cross feed, make sure it's closed. Valve closed. The pumps, the center pumps off, even though we have a little bit fuel. It's 0.3, so it's not sufficient to run. All right, out here, battery, check the voltage, APU. It's already running. It's been running for some time, but it's good. I'm gonna switch to APU gen, might as well here, because it's gonna get disconnected from that. Chimes and belts on. The window heat is on. Cycle the probe to see if it works. Cycle this one to see the indication. Left only Bravo are on. Flight out here is only forward entry. It's gonna get close soon. So out here all in zeros. 0 climb. Out here, check these. Make sure the recirculation can do both of them. Now do a bleeds first. And then open isolation valve. And then do the packs. It's gonna be on the left. Whoops. It's gonna be on the left. For the engine start. Logo steady. Out here, you're gonna need the V2 of 155. I thought I did it. 4,000. I don't have enough arm. Both FDs are on. Master on the left. Out here, make sure that the clocks are reset. Pull this. Reset rate. RTO. Check the horn. The jib whiz. Set the parking brake.
Light slow. Pull up.
And set the trim.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low.
5.5. And check the TCAS. Now the fire warning has been checked already, so it's not necessary. Alright, so the rest of it is all good. Alright. So looking good. Now I'm gonna be ready for the brief when you are ready. Ben, when is the pmdg 737 update coming on Xbox? Do you know? Hello, Ben. I don't know. That you might ask them if you have Facebook. They have a lot of support on Facebook, I heard. And you don't have to sign your name, if you know what I mean. All right. So we finished with the cockpit prep. Now we do a brief. So today's brief, when you're ready, guys. We have a service flight in service Southwest 3829 to Atlanta from Fort Lauderdale. Cost index is 7. And cruise level is 380. Our flight time is 1 hour 25 minutes, and trip fuel is 7919. Block is 17.5. Now we got fine rest plus alternate 7.7. Alternate is Tallahassee. The route has been cross-checked. It's gonna be a Frisbee 2 departures, timing transition, it's LNAF enough, climb via sit, 4,000 initial. Souls on board, 123 souls on board, and 1.3 is cargo. Zero fuel weight 17.9, takeoff weight 134.9, block time 0153, and the flight navlog has been cross-checked as well. All right. Now for the performance. All right, we are expecting 34.9 for the weight, and flaps 5 DTO2, cell temp 49. So it's going to be V1 146, VR 149, and V2 155. And it's bleeds on, no NTIs, of course. All right, and for the engine out, we will climb 4,000. Initial climb 1,000. No actions. Well, emergency brief we'll do a separate. Okay, so we'll for the emergency engine out route is climb straight ahead 4,000, and then expect left turn. Sometimes, like stuff like services like Topcat has the engine out SIDS, and I have that, but I'm too lazy to do it. Out here it's no terrain, so it's gonna be normal. All right, for the continued brief, we have checked the weather. The Atlanta is still gusty. It's gusty out here for departure, but the wind last time we checked was the 090, 22 gust 30. So it's pretty gusty, pretty windy, but it's right down the runway, so that's fine. Arrival at Atlanta is going to be slight crosswind, 09 gust 18, 7 stashed miles, so the visibility is improving, and the alternate Tallahassee is 14011, and it's view 033 10 station on, so all nice weather. All right, so the weather has been brief. We're gonna check the weather once again after this. We're expecting a Bravo, taxiway Bravo or Charlie, all the way down to 10 left, full length. Runway condition is wet, 9,000 feet, full length is available. Oh, you see what I wanted actually? I wanted to check the margins, and I did not see that, because the margins are important. I might have it here. So just to make sure that we know we have this. One 34.9er. Okay. Okay, there it is. That's what I was looking for. So, cross-check that information, please, again. Flap 5, DTO2, 49. That's correct. 45, 49, 55. 145. Okay, so that's a change a little bit here. 145. Well, I'm saying without 145 or 149, I say 45, 49, 55, because it's obvious that it's never gonna be 200 or 0. So it's always gonna be 137 or 140 or even like 129, but it is never 99 or 98, or it's never 200 something. So easier to say, to skip time, 45, 49, 55, and that's much faster. All right, so latest reject at V1, we have margin of 6,000. I'm sorry, margin of 1493, and stop distance will be at 7,507. Okay, so that's when we're gonna stop. So we have still margin of 1,500 feet left. Okay, if we gonna reject at V1. So that's what I was looking for, and that's important. Okay, so but the emergency brief, I will still brief that with you separately. Yeah, so no hotspots during, oh no, the hotspots at Bravo 1 and Bravo at 10 left and Quebec. For the SID, we briefed that. Frisbee 2 departure, it's RNF departure, and the initial climb has been briefed. Top altitude is 4,000. Okay, any questions for the standard briefing? And also, if you guys have any questions for the briefing, let me know, and then I'll go to the emergency brief. Now for the weather, what I'm looking at right now, depending on situation, but what I usually look for out here, what I do is I'm looking right away to radar. Okay, so I'm looking at the weather radar. Let's see if we have out here we got few, and I see how it is moving. So I'm press play and I'm see how it's moving. Okay, looking good. Now what I do next is I look to significant weather. Okay, for the SIGs, no significant weather on our way, and I look for SIGMETs. No SIGMETs on our way. Now I look for turbulence. For turbulence, I check the cruise level, and then I go down to make sure that during the climb we don't have any, I mean, if we have any turbulence, so I can let know the I will let know the crew and passengers, so we don't have anything. Icing, same thing as turbulence. Cruise level and then down. No icing. Also, I look at the cloud cover, like the low cloud tops. High cloud tops. Chopper pass. And I look for winds in jet streams. So jet streams are not factor, and winds looks like we got a lot of tailwind. Yeah, we got a tailwind basically, so that's good. But that as well you have in here. So out here, average wind cruise plus, if it says P, that means it's plus, that means it's tailwind. So to remember good, If you have tailwind, your ground speed is faster, right? So it's plus. So it's P106. Okay. So we cross-check that. Now, I'm gonna do the emergency brief. Might as well just. Alright, so today assigned duties. I'm the captain, you're first officer. I'm the pilot flying, you're pilot monitoring. Alternate is discussed, special is no special airports. MEL items none. No TAMs discussed. Adverse weather discussed. Taxi routing, hotspots, SMGCS discussed. Runway conditions discussed. RTU consideration is for the margin is discussed. Okay. The standard briefing is complete. Like I said, master caution, master warning below 80 aboard. 80 to V1 aboard for engine failure, engine fire, or aircraft unable to fly. And windshield warning or tire puncture. So after 80 to V1, I will consider a high-speed reject. We will do per standard procedures for the high-speed reject after the fact. So if I'm gonna have to reject, I call stop or reject, and I'll retard throttles, disconnect AT, retard throttles, verify the spoilers are up, and do reverse thrust if needed and if available. Stop on the runway, you will call ATC, and then we'll take it from there. If we need to evacuate, we're gonna do the evacuation memory items on my command. If we do have to continue at V1, after V1 we have to continue, we'll climb straight ahead and no actions will be taken until 1000 AGL except cancel the belts and gear up. And after that, it's climb straight ahead and per ATC instructions. No specific EO SID for this airport. Alright, any questions? Здорово. Чё там, кто лидирует? Хз, не знаю, не проверял. А, для простых людей это вообще не важно. Alright, so it's all done, and I'm gonna do the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm your captain speaking. My name is Vasily. Today's flight from Fort Lauderdale to Atlanta is 1 hour 25 minutes. We're currently on time, and we're about to close the doors. So if you have the wrong wrong flight, it's 3829. It's best to leave now while you can. For the rest of the passengers, welcome on board. And you can see it's got a windy and rainy day today in Florida, southern Florida, which should be no factor for us, except perhaps a few bumps on the way up as we go. And we have a cruising altitude of 36,000 feet, expecting a smooth ride and on time. Again, welcome aboard and enjoy the flight. Так. All right, now the before start checklist, please. FMC program briefing complete. Oxygen mask and quantity check. EECs on. Navigation switches normal. Display switches auto and normal. Fuel cleared with 17.5 and pumps are on. Center pumps off. Passenger signs on. Window heat on. Hydraulic pumps A's off, B's on. Pressurization set 38 on 1000 auto. Flight instruments 253 45 0020 cross check right and left. Auto brake RTO takeoff warning horn check. Parking brake is set. Transponder TARA 0720. Aileron rudder trim is centered. Centered. And before start, checklist is complete. Let me know when you are ready for pushback. Alright, we are ready for pushback, matter of fact. Lauderdale ground, Southwest 3829, we're ready for push and start. Alpha 1.
Southwest 3829, Fort Lauderdale ground. Pushback approved. Face north.
Face north, pushback approved, Southwest 3829. Alright. Close the doors. Disconnect all the services. I've heard that they said that they fixed the pushback, so I'm not sure. Usually, before they weren't able to push back with Bravo only. It would not turn. Let's check if it's available now. All right, so everything is disconnected. The door lights off. I don't see a pushback here, so might as well go here. Left, nose right, face north, 90 degrees. Doug! Sure you want to be a Doug. Start.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start.
1646. A little bit late. 1635 is our push time, but we're good because we are Southwest, so we taxi fast. Okay, 1655 is our off time. Right is clear, left is clear. Brakes off. And push start. Push checklist, please. Before start checklist. Zero fuel weight, set, crossway, cross check, PW remarks, reviewed, and once, reduced, DTO, 49. Runway, 10 left is set, V-speeds, 45, 49, 55, VNAV, LNAV, arm, step trim, set, min cleanup altitude is 1,500, and flight deck door, lights out. Before push checklist complete, and start sequence is 2, then 1. Alright, when you clear the start number 2, go ahead. Alright, start 2. The pressure is good. And block time 1648. Starting the ET. Alright, that's he can stop us here, so that's good. Fuel on. Brake set. Fuel flow, oil pressure, started cut out. I mean, no, not started cut out. Started cut out now. Valve is closed. Number 1. Смотря на прошлые выборы, я ничему не удивляюсь, поэтому я вообще даже не буду смотреть, кто там лидирует, потому что они все равно, если нужно, подхимичат. Фила. Как в прошлых было, блядь. EGT, fuel flow, oil pressure. اشترك كده. And we got a good start. Gens checked. Flaps 5. Я починил физику и Flight Director. Ты охуеешь, как сейчас будет Flight Director охуенно работать. Людочка, ты умрешь. Flight control check. Left, right, up, down. Я забыл, блядь, наш радар фикс. Самое охуенное, что никогда не поздно его включить. 778. Rudder, right? I'm not doing full because my pedals are not fixed to the floor, so it's really hard for me. Recall. Сучка, блядь. Zone. Recall. After start checklist. After start checklist. Electrical, gens on, probe heat on, anti-ice not required, flight controls free, deck windows, closed lock, flaps, CDU 5, indicate 5, green light. After start checklist is complete. Let me call for taxi. Lauderdale ground, Southwest 3829 with hotel ready taxi for departure.
Southwest 3829, runway 10 left taxi via Bravo 8 Tango, Charlie, Bravo.
One zero left via Bravo 8 Tango, Charlie, Bravo. Southwest 3829. Bravo 8 Tango, Charlie, Bravo. Alright, so Bravo 8. Okay, so out of terminal, Bravo 8. Tango, Charlie. How's that? Tango, Charlie. Bravo. The instructions are not correct from the Beyond ATC. That means taxi as you wish. Alright. Right is clear, left is clear. Brakes off. Lights on. Let's go. gonna do a brake check. So I'm gonna do Tango and then until Bravo 8. Опять бабка коляску возит. Заебала коляску свою нахуй, в очко себе затусни. Думаю, она слышала, что я сказал. Alright. Okay, so what I fixed was that I changed the drag coefficient inside the flight model CFG. And before that, the flight director was showing too high. It was going up to like 22, sometimes up to yellow whiskers. So now it's gone and it's climbing perfectly. I already said that, I know. But just make sure, guys, when I'm gonna be taking off, just look how it's gonna behave. Такая погодка охуенная. And by the way, погодка. С диспетчером ИИ, с Beyond ATC. Прикольно. Так, не подскажешь, что у тебя с характеристиками? Типа с спеками? ПК? Пеки? У меня RTX Titan. Этот Intel 12900 до 5 разогнанный. Прикольно слышать английскую речь, потом русские ругательства. Да, есть такое. В стриме с первым вроде бы полетом 380X ты говорил про практику в английском языке. Стрим может быть теорией, быть практикой, даже если ты общаешься сам с тобой. Абсолютно. Абсолютно. Даже, я бы сказал, офигенной практикой. Ну, ты балакаешь, допустим, 6 часов. Практикой может даже являться то, что ты с ATC общаешься. Ну, как-никак. Но ATC там такие специализированные слова, их можно легко запомнить. То есть, это, ну... А речь, она такая. Я сам, допустим, если на английском долго не говорю, вот я долго не стримлю, к примеру, да, и IRL я особо, ну, много как бы не общаюсь, то я потом запускаю, у меня, я чувствую косноязычность какую-то, то есть я мне слабо, ну, сложно мне так. Но мне все равно всегда будет на русском легче говорить, это 100%. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, number 1 for takeoff. Cabin crew seats for departure. И сразу делаем flow, before takeoff flow. All right, so after that, just before we get into the runway, don't wait until you get right away, and uh, by doing that, all the people, all the aircraft behind you are gonna be waiting. So make sure to do what you can before that. So a recall is checked, AT is armed, trims set, lights when you come up, strobe steady, wing lights. Strobes a little bit early still, but wing lights are okay. should пересохло в горле. Guys, I'm gonna go. Never mind. I will take off. I wanted to say I'm gonna go smoke, but then I don't want to hold up the flight, so I'm gonna take off, and then when we're gonna get past 10,000, I'm gonna go smoke.
Southwest 3829, contact Fort Lauderdale Tower 119.3.
Tower 19.3, Southwest 38, 29. 3829, 19.3. Okay, now you have few choices. There is a standard operating procedures for Southwest, and it requires the before takeoff checklist done exactly as per Southwest. But if you are short in time, for example, like you've been cleared immediate takeoff or something, you can do a Boeing normal checklist. So the Boeing normal is flaps 5, trim set. That's it. But we haven't been cleared immediately, so let's say we haven't been cleared at all, by the way. So I'm gonna stay here, just set contact, and when you stand, turn off. Okay, turn off the lights when you stand. Okay, so 19.3 and then departure on 28.6. Now let me give you another hint. Don't go and say 119.3 or 119.3. It's not needed to say. You can say 19.3. So omit first number, because it's always going to be 1, as well as that speed. Remember when I say the speeds are always 45, 49, 55, because it's always 1. So out here the same. There is never gonna be anything other than 1 in the first place. So you can say he requires to say 128.7 or 128.6. You don't. So you can say 28.6. All you can say. So if in this case the departure 128.6, you can say 28.6 or 286 or 28.6. Anyway. All right. Recall. Strobe steady, wing lights. Make sure all these are closed. By the way, sometimes these like wing overhead, over wing exits, they light up sometimes when you give a bit of thrust, a little bit, and then they extinguish. But it's bad when you stabilize the engines and you get the master caution lights. So if you don't want that, just do quick like this, and it's gonna beep because we're on the parking brake, but it's gonna auto lock them. Okay. Also, before takeoff checklist. Minimum takeoff fuel. Verified. Departure plane complete. Identification complete. Electrical. Gens on. NTI. Sniper car. Packs on. Bleeds on. Switch. Start switches. Left con. APU off. Flaps, CD5, indicate 5, green light, start levers, idle, recode, check. Before takeoff checklist completed, guys. You are ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, motherfucker? If you are ready, put plus in the chat. Because I don't know. When I'm asking my first officer when he's ready or not, he's supposed to respond. And make sure to check the time. So it's 17:05 our time. The departure was 16:55, so we're 10 minutes late, but that's okay. Because we will cover that, no problem. And the departure chart as well. All right, just make sure when I'm gonna take off right now, look at the flight director, guys. Look how it's perfect. It will act exactly as Zibo. I'm gonna share the details on how to do that. I don't want to jinx it, but last time I checked everything was perfect. Because what I did is I've added drag for flap 5 and position. Flap 5 and 2. You feel me? Lauderdale Tower, Southwest 3829, runway 10 left. We are ready for departure.
Southwest 3829 to Lauderdale Tower, wind 095 at 22, dust 30.
Ух ты.
NAV to move, runway 10 left, cleared for takeoff.
Hour and a half to room, clear for takeoff, runway 10 left, Southwest 3829. So I'm gonna give him the first officer will tune the radios and talk to ATC as he should. His pilot non-flying. All right, the runway is clear. The approach is clear. Brakes off. The taxi lights on. Strobe lights, wing lights on. Make sure. Take a look above and see if everything is good. We are clear for takeoff. So I'm gonna do retractables on, retractables but off, and then runways and taxi. Now, when you clear it, don't get a feeling of being hurried or anything like this. When you clear it for takeoff, a lot of people like they start to get hurried, but don't drag either. So normally, as you normally do, taxi up, make sure that you leave as less of runway as possible behind you, and then we're clear for takeoff. So lights are on and the clock is ticking. Okay, takeoff time 17:09. Let's go. Stabilize the engine, push a throttle little, push the yoke a little bit. Stabilized. Takeoff thrust is set, and when you start to feel the rudder, you can return the yoke in normal condition. Speed alive, 80 knots, thrust, hold. If you want, hands off the yoke. Hands on the yoke, rotate. Positive, right? Gear up. Look at the flight director, guys. See? Yeah. And now I let go the yoke, look. And it's right where it wants to be. Look. Nice. Perfect. On to departure.
Contact Miami departure. Southwest
First climb and see it's going towards 10.
Miami, Southwest 3029.
Flap 1.
1,100 feet. Southwest 3829, Miami departure. Radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 190. Climb and maintain flight level 190. Southwest 3829. All aircraft be advised information India now current. Altimeter 29995.
Flaps up. Come in. After takeoff flow. I'll leave the engine start switches. Passing 3,000. Wanna go? Well, maintain flight level 190. Okay, up we go. Level change. See, while I'm dialing, I already set level change, so it can start the climb. And then, as I said, see, I reset now, so we immediately start climbing. You see, I set, and now I can set VNAV. YOLO. It's pretty bumpy as we pass these clouds. And also the data could be turned on. This looks like a moon. So as we pass through all these clouds, I'm still keeping the start switches. So did you guys see how perfect it was for the flight director during the climb? Boom! And almost at 10. Came out. And it's always good weather over here. And passing 10,000 feet. 10,000. Lights off. Alright, 10,000 check. A logo lights off. Wing lights can come off. Landing lights are off. Chime for the girls. Climb and then probe. So this is above 10,000 feet, so the stereo cockpit rule is left below us, so we can talk now. Alright, so as we climb to 80, Mach 767, legs. Perfect story. I like how it flies now. Live ATC. Center. A little bit bumpy. Slight. That's even not considered any bumps. It's just normal. I got all these swamps, Everglades. Everglade. Where's the sun at? So high already? What? Really? Really? Well, yeah, it's 12 o'clock, so. Yeah, we're raining today in Miami. Mommy.
Southwest 3829. Contact Miami Center 132.15.
32.15.
Contact Miami Center 132.15. Southwest 3829. Miami Center, Southwest 3829. Good day. Through 16,600 for flight level 190 direct out
Now,
south.
clear me higher.
Southwest 3829, Miami Center. Climb and maintain flight level 380.
380. Alright, so we cleared for the our cruise level.
Flight level 380, Southwest 3829.
Alright, so make sure. Alright, so let's say we pass into Alonso, right? Make sure that out here and Alonso you cross check. So this is the good way of doing it. Alright, so 18,000 check, standard. The logo lights and wing lights off, both standard. Make sure that anything could have happened on takeoff, right? The Jesus, she's gonna talk and talk and talk and talk, because Beyond ATC need to make their money, so that's why they gonna contact every minute to the center every minute. Otherwise, how Beyond ATC would make their money by selling characters? Okay, I give you 9 out of 10 that he's gonna say contact Miami Center in 1 minute. Alright, so anything could have happened, right, while we take off. Like, let's say something could have punctured our wing, right? Like during takeoff, something could get like a foreign object, get picked up by our tire or anything, and thrown into the lower portion of the wing and puncture the wing. So this is why we need to check the fuel. So afterwards, when you can, at 18,000 and 10,000 checks. So make sure out here everything is good, that we are climbing, that our fuel quantity is equal, and next one is frisbee, and according to the plan. So next one is Frisbee, and is 13.9. So that's about that, because we are 14.2. So we good. And at around, I should say, not lower than 23,000 feet, that's the good time to unbuckle. If it's not bumpy. All right, so let's check who's leading. A bit bumpy, I should say. Live results. So where the live results results are? What? I think it's equal right now, is it? Well, Senate. Senate is Trump by 10 points. The governor is 20. I can't find any results. How do people say they're equal or something? Everything is zero. Bread, bread. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So that's the boarding part of the route, the part of the flight. Nothing is happening. We're just climbing and climbing. Alright, so yeah. Check the weather. Yeah, like I said, Atlanta was gonna, the visibility will improve. That's it usually. Radiation fog in the morning.
Southwest 3829. Contact Miami Center 127.2. Contact Miami Center 127.2. Southwest 3829. Miami Center, Southwest 3829.
Your bandwidth's too low for streaming. I said, what? Come on.
Southwest 3829.
Come fucking on, блять. Ну можно без кала, чтобы было, блять, хоть один раз, блять. Пиздец, блять. Какой кал, блять, ебучий. Блять, нельзя просто вот чтобы... Откуда интернет уже падает опять? Чё за хуйня, блять? Так, интернет у меня отличный. Это опять у них серваки, блять, в этом, блять, трэш. And they still wanna sell the 2024. Their servers are fucking bandwidth low every time. Every time there are some people, there are more people over there, every time this shit happens. How the fuck you wanna sell 2024? With all the data from services, your servers are being shit at all times. Stupid fuckers. Ебанько, блядь. Вот как они хотят продавать это говно? This crazy, man. Not a single fucking flight with presence of some bugs or some shit. Not a single flight. Ебанашкина. Out of blue. Your bandwidth is too low. Why are you lying? My bandwidth is not too low. My internet is perfect, 200 megabits per second. Fucking liars. Maybe your server is shit. That's what you should fucking write out here in this red thing. Our server is experiencing troubles. That's what should be. Not your bandwidth is too low. My bandwidth is perfect. Лицемеры ебаные, блядь, пиздуны. Честно говоря, я не знаю, как они хотят все повесить на серваки. У них будет пизда. Ну, я поржу еще. Потому что, ну, я сразу не буду обновляться нихуя. Я не знаю, буду ждать, наверное, полгода. Буду просто попкорн жрать и читать форумы, как люди пишут, как у них все хуево будет. Tapo Cruise is almost there. Alright. I need at least one good flight with no bugs, please. Is this generic? Так это ж generic, бля, ёпта. Не? Или не? Какие-то подозрительные вот эти вот пятна. POS. Почему у меня здесь balance написано? А, нет. У меня же не balance должно было быть. У меня должно было быть quality. What the fuck? It just... Бля, он меняет сам хуйню свою. What the fuck? Я не ставил никогда на balance. I want to go.
Southwest 3829. Contact Miami Center 124.1. Take care. Contact Miami Center 124.1. Southwest 3829. Miami Center, Southwest 3829. Flight level 377.
Ну, честно говоря, вообще разницы нет, что баланс, что так. Ну, визуально я не вижу ничего. Бля, у меня от сидения долго спина начинает, сука, басить. I'll make this part 1, okay? In the stream.